We are now joined by UNLV head coach Lindy LaRocque and student athletes Desiree Young and Kiara Jackson. We're going to start with an opening statement from the head coach, followed by questions first in the room and then on Zoom for the student athletes. Coach, go ahead.
Well, first off, congratulations to Creighton on the win. If anything, hopefully it was an entertaining game. They played better than us today, so we've got to give respect to that and give them their due. In terms of, for us, this one loss doesn't sour an incredible season. And to win 30 games in back-to-back years, it's really special, really, really special. And it's really hard to do. So I'm incredibly proud of our group. Again, just the daily commitment that takes. They don't understand it. They probably hate me for it on the daily, but they'll look back and really appreciate and realize just how special our season was. Tonight we came up short, and so we're disappointed and sad more than anything, because we don't get to practice tomorrow. But it's just been such a joy to coach this team. These players, these two next to me, are our captains, our leaders. They poured their heart out on the court tonight, and I couldn't ask for more and better people to be able to coach. And then we've got a whole locker room of players and people that are just great humans first and good basketball players that trust and believe in me and this program and do anything that I ask. So we're sad, but have to recognize and appreciate just a phenomenal year.
We're going to open it up for questions for the student athletes. We're going to start in the front row on the corner here.
2 questions if possible. Kiara, 7-0 run in the middle of that second quarter to cut the lead to 4. Creighton goes on an 8-0 run, I believe, in 56 seconds immediately following that. Kind of after that point, did it seem like the team was kind of swimming upstream the rest of the way?
A little bit, I guess. But, we knew that only happened because our defense wasn't good. So we knew that we were still in the game, like we could come back if we did what we needed to do.
And Desi, Coach kind of just talked about what this season has meant, but kind of all year we've talked about what your career was going to look like. I know it's right after the moment, but when you reflect as your time as a Lady Rebel, what do you remember most?
Making it to the NCAA 3 times in a row, I can't remember when UNLV win and all the games I came to when I was young. I can't remember a game where they went to the NCAA tournament. So I'm just happy that I was able to be at UNLV and make history.
We're going to go in the front row in the middle.
Desi, along those lines, you subbed out with a couple minutes left. What were you feeling in that moment coming off the court, talking to your coach, and then just, for the last time?
Obviously, this is going to be my last game, but I'm extremely happy and extremely proud of, everything that we've done. Being able to, let the younger group come in and play out here and let them experience this because they will be back here next year.
Kiara, well, when you talk about Desiree, what kind of impact do you believe she's had on the program, and what were your emotions, watching her for the last time?
She had an amazing impact. We wouldn't be here without her, and I'm going to miss her.
Okay. We're going to go front row on the far end. As a reminder, media members, please state your affiliate.
Alex Wright, Review Journal. Kiara, kind of, along those, what Coach kind of said, how is the team, the locker room balancing the emotions of a tough loss, but also of accomplishing so much this year?
Obviously we're upset, but we can't forget what we did this year. We had a great season, so we got to remember that, and we'll be ready next year.
Desi, I know you touched on a little bit being, the future's being bright, but kind of along some of the similar lines, just how proud are you that you were a part of this turnaround at the UNLV women's basketball program?
I'm just grateful that I was able to make history. I've been here since 2020 when Coach Lindy came in, and it was just uphill from there. So I'm just extremely proud. we've won 60 games in the past 2 seasons that we played. So, I mean, that's amazing.
Any more questions for the student athletes? We're going to go in the back in the yellow jacket.
Corey Jevin, Craytonian. Kiara, can you just talk about defensively what makes Creighton so hard to rush out and guard, and how they were able to get so many open threes, especially in the first half?
I mean, they're a great shooting team. I mean, their transition offense isn't traditional. Like, they don't have a first post run. They all run wide 5 out. So, I mean, that was pretty difficult for us.
We're going to go in the front on the far corner.
Ryan Gilder, Skyline Gray, Free Press. This is for both Desi and Kiera. What type of role model has Coach Lindy LaRock been for you guys in your time here as a Lady Rebel?
I mean, she's been amazing. I mean, I've been here since 2020. You know, I've seen her have a child, and I mean, that's just much of an eye-opener. I mean, I've said this before, and I'll continue to say it. Lindy LaRock is someone that I want to be. I mean, she has the house, she has the car, she has the children. I mean, she has the family. I mean, she's done everything for us. I mean, we're her family, too. She treats us like we're her daughters, but she treats us like we're her best friends. So I'm just grateful for her, and she's been a great role model.
Yeah, I mean, she's amazing. I mean, I just love how she treats us as people, and we're not just basketball players to her. Like, she cares about us on and off the court, so I love that.
We've got time for one more. It's going to be in the front corner over here. Front corner, please.
For both of you, we talked about that run that they got up like double digits, but just what was Coach kind of telling you guys that, the rest of the second half, especially as it came to just trying to stop and limit them from threes, having a good three-point shooting night?
I mean, just get stops. That's what we had to do in order to come back and try to break that double-digit lead that they had on us. And we tried our hardest, and we will continue to try our hardest.
Thank you, ladies, for your time. You're free to go. We're going to open it up in a second here for questions for Coach. Okay. We're going to start in the second row on the far end for questions for Coach.
Coach LaRock, what was the message after the game to the team after the tough loss against Creighton?
Yeah, well, it's not about breaking down the nitty-gritty of this one game, to try to beat ourselves up. Obviously, we're disappointed with the outcome, and we didn't want this. So, there's a lot of emotions in there. Obviously, more sad than anything. Just tried to do my best to put into words just the phenomenal season that we've had, the career of Desi and Ashley, and remind them, that this was just what they do. It's not who they are. This one loss doesn't sour a whole season of awesomeness and travel and great times and big wins and so it's hard, but that it wasn't about breaking down what we didn't do well today to not get the win.
We're going to go in the front here in the blue jacket.
Ed Grainier, Review Journal. Jim was talking about they can be a tough scout on 1 week, how they play.
Yeah.
They're not traditional, like Kiara said. Was that, as you saw it, did that come out at all, and like how they play and how difficult they can be to guard?
I mean, they're a very good team, and we knew that coming in. Their 5-out motion, obviously it's different for us. There's some teams in our league that play something, similar. Colorado State kind of plays 5-out, not quite the same motion. Wyoming runs a similar motion, but they do it kind of more for round one. So they are definitely a tough guard, especially when we kind of play two traditional post players and asking them to kind of guard on the perimeter. I don't totally think it was the half-court defense that troubled us. It was our transition, It was our transition defense that they just, especially in that first quarter, first half, they got too many wide-open looks. I know I told you guys that the threes wouldn't beat us, but I expected us to at least be there. They had too many wide open ones, and those were in transition. It wasn't really their half court offense. And then obviously in the second half, it was, we were climbing uphill, and then you could really kind of see some of how their motion kind of affects when you're on your heels, because then you want to try to press the three a little bit more, and then they get some layups and different things. So yeah, I mean, I think we're a tough scout too, though. So they made shots today for sure.
We're going to go in the front left corner on the far end.
Alex Wright, Review Journal. Lindy, just that run, you had them scoreless for about 3 minutes, and then they answered back. Just, I guess, looking back at how much of that was kind of a missed opportunity that kind of, put you guys behind in the second half. Yeah,
we were just trying to get some momentum going back our way. We cut it to 4, and then they finished on an 8-0 run, and 2 of those threes were in transition. So again, that was kind of where we broke down defensively. And obviously credit them for making the plays and making the shots. But, we kind of felt like we got it, right where we want at 4 points, couple possessions. And then to kind of finish off, the half, obviously it didn't feel that good going into halftime. So then, obviously, then we were, kind of fighting uphill. And we challenged our team with some small goals to try to, get back within striking distance. And obviously we just couldn't get the stops.
Desi subbed out, you guys hugged. Just what were you just kind of telling her, and as you kind of reflect back on her being along with you at this journey, just how you just kind of, remember her and I guess her legacy here at UNLV?
Yeah, well, just trying to give her a moment of respect from the crowd and for the fans and our team. I mean, she came to play today. I don't know if I could ask more of her. 30 points, 9 rebounds. She was pretty efficient. So I wanted to kind of give her that moment. Obviously, I embraced her and just, it was emotional. But I love coaching that kid. We came in as freshmen together. I'd like to think that we've kind of grown up alongside each other too, and it's just gone so fast, So she's a special player.
We're going to go front row in the middle. Oh, never mind. Front row on the end first.
Terrell Emerson, Talk That Talk Media. Lindy, regardless of the finish tonight, you've been very, very vocal about remembering how storybook this season was. As you kind of close the book on this one for year 4 for you, what do you feel like you've learned about yourself as a head coach so far?
I mean, I feel like I learn something new every day. But, each year is just a totally new set of challenges. You've got maybe some of the same players, but as a team, they're very new every year. And I think that challenges me, to try to figure out what makes them tick and really reach them. So in turn, then I grow individually and I don't treat them all the same. I try to, meet them where they are. So, this year there was, I think, a lot of personal growth that I've had to really lean on my staff. Being pregnant during the season is hard, probably harder than I anticipated, but I couldn't take it back, obviously. And I've, without just such an incredible staff, I've really had to lean on them, and they're tremendous. Obviously my 3 coaches, but just the support staff, administration, so that's hard for me to do. So maybe that's my personal growth for the year.
We're going to go second row on the near side.
Janetta Coleman, No Plays All Sports Talk. Coach, the 3rd year you guys are out in the first round. For a moment we saw you as you were leaving the court, tears kind of fell down your eyes. Did this one kind of hurt a little bit more, knowing how special this group was to you? What was that moment like for you in that teardrop?
Yeah, not that the other teams weren't special and didn't deserve to win. It felt different this year. This group felt different. And so it hurts. I really wanted it for them. They wanted it really bad. The problem is we don't get a redo. I'd like to play Creighton tomorrow, but we don't. That's not how it works. So just sad.
We've got time for one more or two more. We're going to go Yellow Jacket in the back, and then on the far end in the back row.
Corey John with the Creightonian. Coach, what were you looking for with that press break? You showed a lot in the third quarter, and why did you think it was so easy for Creighton to break it so often?
Well, we were just trying to throw the kitchen sink at them and see if something would work. Get them off balance, and you kind of saw their veteran play. They had 5 people out there that have played a lot of minutes. They're very disciplined. They executed their press break and kind of, made us pay for trying to gamble and trying to get a quick steal or just a quick turnover. So, I wasn't going to go down without a fight, and you can't start fighting until the last 2 minutes. So we tried some different things in the third quarter and fourth quarter just to see if we could catch them off balance. But obviously we didn't, and credit them.
We got time for one more. We're going in the back corner.
Lindy, before you guys left, you said you were expecting fans to really travel. You were getting all the texts and calls from everyone. You guys had quite the fan section. I mean, I think the only bigger crowd is UCLA fans out there right now. What did that mean to you to see that sea of red?
Yeah, well, we talked about it, that anyone that was wearing red in the gym was going to be for us because all these other teams are blue. And there was a lot of red. There really was. Obviously in our section across from the bench, I mean, from top to bottom, they were there. They were loud. They were into it. There was even red kind of sprinkled around the rest of the arena. So that was really cool. That was really cool to see. I think that is a testament just to the growth of the program, people willing to travel, to follow, to watch us play. That hasn't happened, a lot. I don't think lately. I don't keep track of that, but that hasn't happened a lot, and so to see people, get excited about the NCAA tournament, to recognize how special it is, and try to come give our team a little bit of an edge and really support them. We won the fan fight today. We definitely had more people out there. So I can't, say how much I appreciate that support from obviously our player families really showed up, but then just, I don't know who everyone was up there, but whether it's from Las Vegas or they live here in California, they were wearing red, so we loved it. Thank you.
That's all we have time for. Thank you, Coach.
Cool. Thanks, guys.